Hello, Michelle. Now this thing is saying I can bring you on camera. You want to come on camera with me? Hey, cat. Ooh, holiday party. Ooh. My daughter's going to hers tonight. Oh, go see about the baby. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? I've been at this table all day. Okay. Oh. I've been watching this show, Hot Zone, Anthrax, something, back in when right after 9/11. They had the anthrax killer. Just about. I'm just about done. I've got some, what do you call those, candy treats and treat boxes or bags still from that paper pumpkin. I'm using this month's paper pumpkin to make the treat bags. I'm just about ready. I hope they like my stuff. Oh, that was a good idea. I figure Sunday those might sell pretty good because they'll be coming right out of church. You know, people be hungry when they come out of church. Hi, Kathy. How are you? I'm just getting some stuff cut. Save a little time, maybe. Guess we're gonna get ready and get going. I saw a card on Pinterest that I really liked, so I thought I saw a couple of cards. Seafoam DSP. We don't have no Seafoam DSP. This is old. Tasteful labels. And I've been working on this for, I don't know. Seemed like forever. Seemed like forever. All right. How's everybody? Hope everybody's fine. Hi, Selma. How are you? Tonight we are going to use something that I don't know if I've used it. Maybe not. Doesn't look very used. It's Gorgeous Leaves and Intricate Leaves dies. And I think they're being carried over to, well, they're in the annual catalog, so they'll be there. At least till we get a new annual catalog. So, what we're going to do is make hopefully a couple of cards. And I was trying to get a little ahead of myself, and I didn't get very far. But what I do have is this is Macaron, I guess that's how you say it. And it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have a piece of brushed metallic gold. It's 3 3/4 by 3.5. Then we have a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. Then we have another piece of mint macaron, which I'm going to use as a label to put the sentiment on. And then we'll be cutting out some of these leaves. I want to see how it works with the shimmery vellum. So I want to take a couple of pieces out of here. I don't know if you guys can see the shimmer on here, but it's really beautiful. Okay, this is Soft Succulent. This is Evening Evergreen. I think we'll try a Pale Papaya. See if we can get some leaves out of that. So, how's the weather where you are? I think we're about to get cold or cool. We have been in the 70s and 80s for the last week or so, maybe longer than that. That's for me to cut that out. And then, let's see if I could cut out some of these leaves. If I fold this over. If anybody wants to know, this is the new the December host code, C6ZG4Z2Q. I don't know if you can read that or not. If you want it, I'll give it to you again. but I want to see how these leaves work with this particular, with this shimmery vellum. If I could get it out of there. I've got this rolled over twice. Well, it's 3 layers. And let's try it with the mini. High 40s. Oof, that's cold. A couple of what? Hey, Karen. Oh, that's probably what's going to happen with me. Because you guys seem to get the weather before us. Then it heads south. I'm doing this several times because this leaf is really intricate. It's got a lot of little holes. Plus I have it tripled over. Well, it looks like it cut it out, but I don't know about all the... I have to get my little box. Look, all of them came out. Do these individually. I'm going to have to try the Stampin'Up rolling thing. I don't have it yet. This is really shiny. I was using one of the 3D, what is that? Hi, Sue. I was using one of the 3D embossing folders, and the Gemini will do it, but I'm anxious to see. I still haven't ordered it yet. Probably won't for another month or two, to see how it works with the Stampin'Up cut and emboss machine. Because it's everybody that I see online, they seem to just go right on through with it, and sometimes I have an issue with it, even with the Gemini. Michelle, do you have any of the 3D embossing folders? Have you used them with your cut and emboss machine? Do you have both, or you just have the big one, or do you just have the small one? Yes, what? This vellum is not thin. Oh, you have both, okay. but I don't know. I should have done this ahead of time. I shouldn't have tried 3 of them. I think that first one was the top one. It had to be the top one. Oh. But that's what we're here for, right? To learn. So if you have a thick vellum, don't do it 3 at a time. It looked like it had cut it out, but let me see, this one is a little more cut. That one must be the 3rd one. Yeah, because they're coming out of this one. They don't seem to want to come out of that other one. I'm going to be making a sympathy card. I don't have, for those that don't know, I have a sale to go to Wednesday night and Sunday after church. They're having a festival, and they've asked me to sell cards. I'll work on this one later. And so for the last month, because they didn't know that, they don't know me. It's not my church. It's somebody else's church. It's a co-worker of my youngest son's church. And what happened was the lady, the co-worker, sent us a cake. My family a cake. And so, you know, quite naturally I sent her a thank you card. And so she asked my son, I don't know how they got into it, but she asked him to ask me if I wanted to participate in their festival, selling my cards. I was like, sure. So most of the vendors there have known about it, but you know, mine was kind of short notice. So if it hadn't been for the fact that I've been making Christmas cards, because I was making them for me, if it hadn't been for that, I came out with no problem. I wouldn't have been able to do it, because you know, you got to have a number of cards. So I'm low on sympathy cards. I've got quite a few Christmas cards. I've been putting most of them on, well, not most of them, some of them online. And I've gotten good responses so far with, you know, how they look and stuff. So we're going to start Wednesday night. I guess it's after their Bible study. See, we do Bible study on Tuesday night. Most churches, I think, do it on Wednesday night, but ours does it on Tuesday night. So it's Wednesday after Bible study, I guess. And then Sunday after service. So we'll see how things go. And I'm making cards. I'm making little, I'll show you this latest one I made. They're in these little fold boxes, but they'll be in these clear envelopes, and you'll be able to see the front of the envelope, and I've got my business card in there, and they'll be able to open it. I just didn't want them all loose and stuff. But this is one that I made today. Christmas begins with Christ. You open it up, it says Merry Christmas. And then there's an area for them to write whatever they want to write. So that's the card. I saw this yesterday. Well, I made one, but it was with Sam. I can't think of her name. Sam, she's Poodles. I know a lot of you know her as Poodles. I saw her do one, but hers is a 5x7. I have some 5x7s, but I don't have a whole lot. I don't plan on having a whole lot, because I don't do a lot of 5x7s. I do mostly what they call A2, which is that size, which is the typical size for, you know, for me, for greeting cards. Some people do all 5x7s. I know if you're a Anna Griffin fan, Anna Griffin does almost all of her stuff is geared towards 5x7. What did I do with the... Oh, they're up there. Let's see, I think I'm going to change to a different leaf. These leaves are really pretty. I think I'm going to do this big one. Pull this out. Probably be easier if I pulled them out. But you get 12 pieces. This, got some little bitty ones, but this looks like it's the outside of this one. I don't see the one that goes with this, because it's not that. I don't guess. It's awful small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe it is. I don't know. Or maybe it's just an outside. I don't know. Anyway, like if you just want a solid, like if you wanted to stamp one, yeah, we could do that too. Stamp some leaves and cut them out. I'm not trying to fussy cut stuff. If you're not familiar with the term of fussy cutting, that's when you cut stuff out by hand. I don't do that. And I hadn't really worked with this shimmer paper much, but it's really pretty. And I thought these leaves might look really, really nice. You do? Ooh. It's too fussy for me. I don't like fussy cutting. But since it's a church, I figured I'd try to do more, you know, Christian type. And then when I went and looked, I had mostly just regular Christmas stuff. You know, the stuff that we get from Stampin' Up. I have 3 Christmas or Christian, more Christian type, of course, if you believe in Christmas, you should be Christian. But, I could have probably made 2 out of that piece. It'd be more more frugal with my paper. But I counted them this morning. I only had about 15. I was like, no, I gotta have a lot more than that, because I've got over 100 cards. So what have I done? But see, a lot of them were already made. Like I said, I had been making cards. And I went through, because I made a lot of cards last year and never got around to sending them out. So I went through those too. So that saved me a little bit of time as well. So I'm waiting on another supply of new stuff. So it should be here, what was it, Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday. My ladybug should be in there. I didn't get the hedgehog yet. Michelle, I don't know how I forgot to get the hedgehog, but it'll be on my next order, which will probably be next month. So, but what I'm talking about is, in case you don't know, the new catalogs are coming out for Stampin' Up. The new mini catalog, the January through June catalog, along with, you got the hedgehog? Oh, I bet he's so cute. Along with the celebration, where you get free stuff. You know, if you spend $50, you get to pick something free. If you spend $100, you could either get two $50 things free or one $100 thing free. The one $100 thing that I got, that I really like, there's a stamp set and the paper to go with it. So, but I haven't started working on any of that stuff because I've been making Christmas cards. You know, you gotta take care of what's first. And then tomorrow I'm going to get on my Cricut and see if I can make some acrylic ornaments. Because I have a Cricut maker and you can do etching on acrylic. Okay. I'm trying to get enough leaves so we don't have to cut them again, but that's probably, I probably will have to cut some if I make another card. Let's see how these do. I'm not going to stamp on this. It's real shiny and I don't think it'll stamp well. It might, but you know when you have shiny paper, you gotta let it sit for a long time for the ink, unless you use Stays On, and I try not to use Stays On if I can help it. That stuff stays on your stamps and everything else it touches. Okay, that's for the sentiment. Let's see. A very vanilla. Where's my very vanilla? Right here. Nope, that's not it. The only thing I knew that I was doing was Gorgeous Leaves, because I put that on the calendar a long time ago. Do you guys have any ideas for upcoming meetings? Can't say classes. It's not like I'm teaching you anything. Anything that you want to see besides the new stuff? Because you guys can start ordering January 4th. After I get all my stuff done, well, probably by next Saturday, I'll be ready to start using that stuff. Because all of my stamps should be, cards should be stamped, and because we will have gone to the sale once. So let's see. I ordered some more acrylic stamps because I really find that I like these, because mine all were straight with this hard edge, but these are nice. They help you to hold on because it's got these little lip things, so I drop them less often. Let's see, let's try crumb cake. See, do I have enough ink on here? See what I'm doing. And I think I'll try soft suede if I could find it. I had this all, let's see, soft succulent. Here it is. Had that all in order. All the, by colors, but I've been working on in there all day. It's winter time, so you don't see very many green leaves right now. Though I did put some in there. Okay. I didn't do this one. Nope, I did this one twice. I'm not even following the directions because I'm not even, well, this is, they said to use very vanilla, but they wanted soft seafoam. I don't have soft seafoam, at least I couldn't find any soft seafoam paper. So I'm going to use mint macaron. So next Saturday we're going to probably use some of the new stuff. Are you there, ladies? Are you there? I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and it's still disturbing. Hi, Evelyn. Okay. Did it disconnect you at all? Okay. Good, everybody's here. That's Ocean's mama. Hold on a second, ladies. Al! He's in the back of the house. We have to have him call her. Okay, ladies, hold on for a minute while I go, just in case it's something important pertaining to Ocean. Let me go tell my husband to call him. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Chit chat. Talk to the ladies while I was gone? No. Why not? I asked Pooter if he talked to you while I was gone. He said no. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Evelyn. Trying to keep them talking. Look at my I keep using them over and over and over because unlike Diamond Press, you gotta buy these for Gemini. Diamond Press sends you free ones. Well, not free, but every time you buy something, you get a new folder depending on, you know, the size and all of that. Not Gemini. You spend $100 and not get a free nothing. Nothing. Did I take this die out? Let's use this. So, Kat, have you started other cards? You said you had finished your Christmas cards for your peeps. No, they won't fit in here. I don't think they will. I think they're too thick. I have to try it and see. I know the big ones won't. And that was the other thing. I tried, what did I try to use? A diamond press folder with my Gemini. It didn't work. It was like, we don't know you. What else did I stamp? Nope, working on the last batch. I thought you had finished. I thought you was done. Anybody else making Christmas cards? If you're making Christmas cards or Christmas shirts or Christmas stockings, take some pictures and put them on our Facebook page. I want to see what you're doing. Y'all don't put anything on there. Me and Michelle and occasionally Kat will put stuff on there. Sometimes Evelyn will put something on there. And you all do such beautiful work. I just want to see it. Okay, let's see if I can make a card with this group of stamps. Put these away. Where does this go? Not in there. This goes with my tasteful labels. These. I tell you what, these tasteful labels, if you don't buy anything else, tasteful labels, I hope they're still, I'm pretty sure they're still there. The seasonal dies, I think painted labels. I keep all of these right here on my table. I just got tailor-made tags. Hippo and Friends. Encircled in Beauty. Stitched So Sweetly. And the other seasonal dies. They make the prettiest, look at this label. I'm going to stamp on it. I don't know if you can see the beveling around it, around that one. But I keep them on my desk because I use them all the time. And for a while, I was just running over there, going over to the shelf and getting them off the shelf and coming back and putting them back up. And it's like, wait a minute. Just put these, just keep these on my table because almost anytime I make a sentiment, I was going to get them off the shelf, so. This doesn't go with those. All right, let's see. All right, let me see all of these. And I got these. We'll see what we can do with those. Okay, the other thing, I may not be able to stamp my, I guess we could just go ahead and make a Christmas card because that's all I've got over here is Christmas sentiments. I think. I need to make a card with this. Peaceful Cabin. I think I'm going to Oh, that's not going to fit on there. Let's see, how big is this? Tidings and trimmings. Wishing you a joyful Christmas and a happy New Year. That's kind of small, but I think that's going to be the one that fits. I gotta clean these off. Let me wipe this off before I forget. That's the other thing. Don't leave your stamps dirty. I don't care what brand they are. Clean them off when you're done. I had some stamps, some cling stamps from Stampin' Up that are so old, the cling stopped clinging. So I had to get the stuff that you stick on the back of your stamps. I didn't know they had such a thing. But apparently they do. And but that stuff is so strong. It keeps the cling. Look at that. And so cute. It keeps the cling on the acrylic block. Doesn't even come off. Macaron. Oh no, I don't want Macaron because that's the color of the. You guys, I'm looking crazy, huh? Sounding crazy. Ah. Ay, 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 ay. I just got ink all over my hands. Excuse my arm. Okay. Let's see if that'll help. Well, I stamped it. You guys couldn't see me stamping it, huh? I'm sorry, but it came out good. So I'll clean this one and put it back. These clear ones, I lose them too easy. Way too easy. Now I want Merry Christmas. No, I don't have anything to stamp it on right now. Where is, oh. I need to put these back. They're not as easy to lose, but I'm sure they can still get lost. I went to the dentist yesterday. Oh, ladies. I don't know how many of you are Medicare age, but those of you that are not, trying to get your insurance together it's a hot mess. I had been on my husband's insurance, and then he retired. And so I had to get my own. And these, you know, you see all these ads, you know, apply by December 7th, get your insurance. You can get money added to your Social Security check and all that. I'm having a hard time with finding a doctor. I finally found a doctor, and I don't like her. I don't like her one bit. What I do with the tasteful labels. Because I need, well, I can put these down first. All right. This is the brushed gold. I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. Now this stuff is strong. I don't know how it's going to work in the long run. But, ooh, I got black on my finger. But it is some strong stuff. Now, I have made some things over the years and used another yeah, mine wouldn't take my insurance. The new one that I'm going to get in January, they take. But I have been using another company's adhesive to put stuff together, not like cards. Well, cards too. And some of the stuff, especially like in the summertime, the stuff will come apart. I'm not saying no names. But it will come apart. But I have not had anything come apart using the Stampin' Seal. Stampin' Seal Plus either. I mostly use the Plus. Probably don't need to, but I do. Wait a minute. Well, probably should put some of these down first. See how this is going to look. Where's my Stampin's? Is that seal stuff? Press and seal. You know, if you use press and seal, say you have all your stuff. I don't want that one right next to it. You have all your stuff the way it is, the way you want it, and then you pick it all up with press and seal, and then you can put adhesive on it and turn it back over. And it'll be just like it was. Stop moving. I think I'm going to cut this one off. That one's kind of long. Okay, we got these two. And we'll have a brown one. We'll have this one. have a little brown one. And then we'll have a green one. I just wanted to see. Okay, that's kind of how I want things. Though everything just flew away. I'm going to use, I don't want to use glue. So I'm going to use Kat's favorite thing. And I really just want the ends of them stuck down. Okay, let's see. Haven't done a card in a while. I don't like my craft space. That looks on a good size cutout. You just used Macaron. My doc accepted. Yeah, mine didn't. She said, oh no, we don't take that. But it was, I don't know how I let those people talk me into getting there. It was a Macaron group instead of something that, you know, that was more well known. So, and then my dentist doesn't take any of it. So yesterday I had to go to a new dentist. And I'm very particular about my dentist. Now I go to the dentist every 6 months. I don't miss a dental appointment. And I went there yesterday and they're talking about I needed a deep cleaning. It's like a deep cleaning. Get my teeth cleaned every 6 months. My dentist had never said anything about needing one. But I said, okay, go ahead. I think they do whatever they know they can get. Because, you know, when you're on Medicare, it's kind of like being on welfare in a way. So, because, you know, the doctors take advantage of that because they know what they can get, they know what they can charge. Then they start talking about I needed all this other work. I'm like, no. My dentist hadn't said anything about any of that. Then I got a survey. And on the survey, they said, you know, from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend us to family or friends? And I put 5 because I really hadn't made up my mind about them yet. And so then on there, it asked, what could we do to improve? I said, I felt like the appointment was all about the money and not about my dental health. So, I think they're used to people maybe they're used to people that don't know or don't care. Because I heard the doctor arguing with a patient before I left. This is empty. I gotta put something there. She was probably arguing with him about some of the stuff he was saying she needed. I doubt if I'll go back. I changed again in January. So I'm going to find somebody else. I hope they're not just about the money. And that's what's wrong with this doctor I went to. They sent me through a barrage of tests I never heard of. You know, I come from kind of the medical field. I'm a retired medical coder. I've never heard of some of those tests. Like, what in the world? Did the thing come off? No, it's still there. But you know what? I'll cut this one down. You know you can do that, right? Just cut them up. The glue dot won't come off. Okay. So, but at least I'll be able to go back to my old doctor in January, because I checked to make sure they do take my new insurance. Okay, I know it doesn't look all Christmassy. It looks fall. Let's put some bling on it. Oh, let me show you this. In case you hadn't seen it, but you probably haven't. I got some new bling with the new. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Well, I got these, but this isn't what I'm talking about. These are pretty, especially on fall cards. What do I do with it? I thought I put it in this box. I could use the opal rounds. Oh, here they are. Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see that. I can see it. Look at it. Those are so pretty. I'm gonna have to get me another couple of packs of those. I like them. They're shiny. So let's see. I need to brighten this thing up. Oops. Okay. So what do you think about this card? I like the vellum. That vellum is nice, and I've had it for a while. I don't know why I hadn't been using it. Let's see. It should be. Haven't put my tabs on yet. Should be back here, so somewhere. Here it is, page 135. (2021 to 2023) in color, Shimmer Vellum, number 155616. It's $12. And you get 10 sheets, translucent shimmer, 2 of each color, 12 by 12. Evening evergreen, fresh freesia, pale papaya, polished pink, and soft succulent. So those are all the in colors. I think I have some of this ombre specialty paper. I have to find that. I know I have this. We've had this for a while. I need to use that up. Look how they made these little flowers. Yeah. I'm gonna have to be doing some stuff. Okay. So on the inside, I didn't put anything. And I hadn't. Okay, so I need a piece of this wrong corner. 4 by 5 1/4. Did you guys have any suggestions on what we should, any techniques I need to research to show or something? Have me coming up with stuff every week. Now y'all know you could be doing something. Telling me something. All they have on the inside on this, I'm looking at a piece of paper I got off of Julie Gilson. This was her design. Except she did a lot of stamping. I didn't do much stamping. Where's the stamp set? You should see my table. No, you shouldn't. Like I said, I've been working. Here it is. I've been working here all day. I think I'll put some dottage. Some very light dottage. Let's see. Soft succulent. No, crumb cake. Do you ever put dottage on your cards? You see, this was supposed to be a sympathy card, but I didn't find the stamps that I needed in time. So I was running around. Well, I wasn't running around. I had to eat something before y'all came. I've got my paper pumpkins right here next to me because they have some pretty good stamps in them. Christmas stamps. But I have them right here next to me anyway. Where's my other one? Oh, it's under here. Guess I'll use black since I can't find what I'm looking for. What do I do with the black? Is it right? Oh, here it is. If it had been a snake, it would have bit me. Every time I touch this black, I get ink on me. Now this is Memento ink. We sell that as well. And it works real well, especially with the stamps. My daughter went to work the other day, and her boss came to the office. Her boss doesn't typically come to the office. And my daughter has allergies, just like me. And around here we have a lot of trees and stuff. And she was sniffling because of her allergies. You know, her boss sent her home, told her she had to get a COVID test. So, but they gave them like, I don't know, 7 or 8 COVID days. So, and she hadn't taken any. So, now that was my brother. Are you guys still there? The stamps are pretty. I have a hard time picking which ones to buy first. Trying to learn how to use vellum more and sticking it down. The key to vellum, part of it is use like I did these. That's my brother trying to call me. I could have swore I put do not disturb on my phone. Oh, but you know what? They have a thing for emergency people. But I know Ocean's mom is not one of those. I don't know. They forget that I'm on. I do this every Saturday night. And I've been doing this for how long? Every Saturday night. I'm going to start making him put it in his calendar. Him and Ocean's mom. Okay, at least I have something on the inside now. What do you think? Oh, and if for some reason you should sell use the glue dots whenever possible. And you only, okay, like I put the glue dots underneath the sentiment. So try to put the, whatever you use, whatever kind of adhesive you use, try to put it in an area where it won't be seen or will be seen less. Does that make sense? And the other thing I was saying is that if you should sell any of your cards, you have to use a Stampin'Up stamp. That's for the I think that's for the demonstrators. I don't know about just regular customers. If y'all sell stamps, cards. Okay, Evelyn. All right, finally got a card made. And I wanted to show you this, how I made that other card, but I don't think I have enough time. What is it? Almost 8:30. I can almost see my clock. Okay, let's see. I didn't notice. Did you guys like the card? Does it look like a Christmas card? No, huh? But I saw a lot of pink and green cards. That's what I should make. Polished pink. I saw a lot of pink and green cards. What color is this? This is magenta. Nope, it's polished pink. Polished pink. Soft succulent. Evening evergreen. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm making. Besides a card. Let's do a top-down card. These are gonna cut at 4 1/4. And because it's 11 inches, you're going to score it at 5 1/2. 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. Score it, not cut it. And you need a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, that's what we should do. Go over some of my favorite stuffs. You guys want to do that one on Saturday night? See what my favorite stuffs is? Okay, I got my base. Polished pink. Let's see what this looks like. I've never used it. Looks like it's stuck to the thing. We don't like it. Oh well. But I'm gonna make it, what do you call it? What is it when you one color? Monochrome. Monochrome, is that the word? Gives ideas, things we don't know about. Oh, okay. Well, you know about almost everything that I have. So, we could do that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, this is what we're starting with. Can you see that? Clean off my stamp. I didn't know they had all of these background things in here. Monochromatic. That's it. I knew it would come to me eventually. My puppy is over there just snoring. What did I do with the ink? Oh, here it is. This is polished pink. One of the in colors. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have no idea. ordered the stamp cleaner. What's the name of it? Not the chamois, but the actual cleaner and the little can't think of what it's called. The thing you rub your stamps on after to clean them. I'm not exactly sure of what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. So we will all learn something, maybe. But this is going to be a monochromatic card, except I'm going to throw in some soft succulent. Didn't do was poke out all these little pieces from the last card. Okay. And I've been cutting this face up. I don't know if it matters. And when I say face up, I mean the shiny side is up. Because the other side is only shiny on one side. I wonder if they don't have this in red. That would be pretty. I'll have to start using some of the greens to finish up my card making for my Christmas. Guess whatever I don't sell, I can mail out. But, if I sell everything, I won't have anything to mail. So then there won't be any Christmas cards coming from this house this year. Because after all the cards I've been making, I'm not sure I want to make any more Christmas cards. It's funny. I use these little machines more than I use my Gemini Junior, and almost never use my big Gemini. And I had to have them. I had to. But I'm going to be using my Cricut tomorrow. See if I can make those acrylic ornaments. can, I'm going to put them online. I might see you tomorrow, Michelle. Last Sunday, I was so sick. I stayed in the bed all day Sunday. It was Saturday and Sunday. I wasn't sick. You ever just get tired? And I don't know what I was tired from. But I slept all day, 2 days in a row. I was tired. You ever get tired like that? This stuff is so shiny. I wish you guys could see the full shininess of this. I'm gonna send in, demonstrators have a little section in the website we can make suggestions. I'm gonna suggest they make this in other colors. They may not be selling a lot because I don't ever see anybody working with it. But this is some beautiful stuff. Oh, told my husband I needed a new chair for Christmas. And he asked me what I wanted. This doggone chair, the hydraulics are gone. Okay, let's see, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to put that on top of that one. I should have thought of that. You know what, I think I'm going to do another big one. That little one is not doing much. What I do with my little, oh, here it is. I like this mat that I have, the silicone mat or whatever it is. But I'm gonna have to use a vacuum to get these little dots up because you can't move it. It just, I don't know. I have a little hand vac under my table. Are you guys talking? Yeah. Well, they keep telling me it's because I had chemotherapy and radiation, which, you know, that messes up your body and it may or may not return, you know, to how it was. And it's been since 2018, since I had my last treatment of radiation. So I was hoping, you know, that my body would bounce back, but all it's done is bounce me back into the bed. Now you guys want to do some Crafter's Companion foam flowers? We haven't done that in a long time. Want to do that one Saturday? Or do you not have an interest in that? that something you might be interested in? Maybe. What lives under your table, huh? Yeah, all these little... What I need is the big vacuum. Bring it through here. Not the little vacuum. Okay, where is that piece of... I thought I had a piece of soft succulent. I guess I'll put it back in my folder. Bigger craft room, yeah. I don't need a bigger one, I need a less messy one. So you guys not interested in the foam flowers, huh? Nobody said anything. So what are you interested in doing? Come on, people, tell me something. Don't just leave me hanging. You guys see Lola was in Florida talking to the manatees in Tampa. That's where my niece lives. Oh, Gilding Flakes. Yeah, we could do Gilding Flakes. I have to put that on the list. Gilding Flakes. Oh. That's another thing. We're trying to get Stampin'Up to put these on for customers. These little guillotines, because people are always asking about them. They come in real handy. My Crafter's Companion started acting funny. It wasn't cutting right. Everything I cut was crooked. Okay, Evelyn, we got to see how we're going to disguise this. See, I can see the tape runner. I could see right through it, right through the vellum. So, why can't I get the top on this thing? There it goes. I could put gems or something on here. Some of these. I'm gonna have to order some more of these. Michelle must have fallen asleep. I feel bad for her having to go all the way. When she's during the week when she's working, she has to go all the way to New Jersey. That's not fun. I don't know where New Jersey is. Well, I know where it is, but granddaughter picks up the baby. After I get off of here, I'm going to bed. Okay. And see, the other key, Evelyn, is to use your adhesive as little as possible. It's too low. She gets off at 10. Well, at least she's at work and not hanging out. What else? Y'all are no help. Somebody help me. Give me some suggestions here. Have to get me a new crew. Let's see, what else do I need to put on? It's like it's empty. It's just, what's happening? Your battery died, all right. Your inner battery died. You went to sleep. I already know. You took a cat nap. You're not fooling me, Michelle. I don't blame you. I know you'd be tired. You can't do the things you used to do. You didn't, huh? You can't run the streets like you did when you were 20. I know, I used to be 20 and then I hit 40, late 30s. I was like, whew, there's too much trouble out there. I gotta stay home. Let's see, what else do I need? Just asking for ideas for next time. Yeah, I was asking them, and they haven't given me any ideas except, Kat said, I said forming flowers, and Kat said those flakes. What's the name of them? Not glitter flakes. What she calling things? Gilding Flakes. You know, it started with a G. So what else does this need, Michelle? It needs something. Maybe just a bling in the middle. You want to do stencils, okay. Stencils, gilding flakes. You want to do them or you want me to do them? You can certainly do them. Oh, I had it way over there. Nobody could see it. No wonder they couldn't tell me nothing. And they didn't say, we can't see it, lady. It's naked. Layering stencils. Ooh, now we want to get fancy. A bow. Okay. Should I do a white bow, a soft succulent bow, or a polished pink bow, or an evening evergreen bow? Maybe some gems by the leaves. I'm going to put a bow up there. Well, no, I'm going to put a bow right here. I do need to put a gem or two more on there because I have an even number. You're supposed to have an odd number. That's what I was thinking too, a bow. A pink bow. Okay, let me find my pink bow. It's underneath these things. Hold on. Everything that I use is pulled out. Okay, pink. Got it. polished metallic paper out of the way because it keeps falling in the way. Okay. Let's see if I can make a bow. I'm like that all the time. The good thing though for me and Kat most of the time, if I get too tired, I can just go lay down. I see what's wrong. My phone is way over too far. This one is still too long. I only use these snips for bows. I mean for ribbon. I need to get another pair of snips because if you use them on paper, that messes them up. Put that there. This ribbon is good too. It's real easy to work with. And we'll put a glue dot. Oh, Michelle, did you hear they fired the governor's brother? They said he was lying about something. Ain't no more Cuomo's on TV. They grown. Yeah, Chris is out. Matter of fact, he was on. And then later in the evening, Anderson Cooper was in his spot. Thank you, Evelyn. I looked up there, they had Anderson Cooper. I said, what you say? Yep. Anderson was in his spot. It still said Chris Cuomo or whatever his, show was. But he is gone. Old Blue Eyes is gone. And I guess he knew he was leaving. I will miss the handoff. What handoff? Because the night that I saw him and Don Lemon was talking about what good friends they've been. And I was like, oh, why are they talking about that? Why aren't they talking about what's going on in the world? I guess because that was Chris's goodbye. I didn't know it. Okay, how's this? non-traditional Christmas colors. But we have some, well, we had some paper that had these colors. The paper is all gone. Whimsical. Chris and Darlin have a podcast, I think. Oh, okay. I think I want to turn this one this way. Yeah, I like that better. Them go in the opposite directions. You can't see the shine on this paper. The leaves would look good. Cut from silver. Yeah, they would. Wonder if they ever thought about silver vellum. I see a hanging chad. Where'd it go? Well, I'm going to put something on the inside of here, but I know it's late, and I know you don't want to be hanging out with me, but if you want to, you're more than welcome. Thanks, Kat. Did you see shine good before you cut it? Yeah. It just shines. It's just shiny on one side, though. See, the other side is dull. But this side, ooh. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a piece across here. But I think I'm going to use the green. But y'all don't know how much I appreciate you spending your evening with me. Okay, Kat, I know you got to go get that girl's baby and get him out your house so you can take a nap. Go to bed. Good night. Let's see. It's not going to be 5 1/4, so I want to do. So this needs to be 5 1/4. This end is not straight. This end is. Saw something I wanted to put on the inside. Where'd it go? May your heart be lifted in praise this Christmas for the wonderful gift of Jesus and the joy he brings to our lives. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot. Uh-oh, I had an avalanche. Michelle, are you still here? Have you been watching Dawn? I know she's gone already. I didn't see her chat. Did you hear Dawn talking Wednesday? She was talking about church. I forgot what they were talking about. Oh, they were, one thing she was talking about was all the people that are dying. And then somehow she got on the subject of church. What was she saying? Surprised me. I figure her and whatever his name is would be on their Harley on Sundays. I think they went to volunteer or something. I can't remember. I cannot remember what the conversation was. Now this is still, I think this is in the current catalog. It's really good. It's for Unto Us. Can you hear me now? Can't believe I forgot to put that on. I really can't see it that much. Put a glue dot in the middle. You could put a gem in the middle. A little tiny one. I usually plug that in when I'm setting up. I don't know what's going on with me and forgetting to plug that in. Is that in the center? Yeah, it's close enough. Okay. All right, so we made 2 cards. Good job. No, I was really just kind of working. I did say, I don't know if you heard that, but I put that vellum on with adhesive on the back and wrapped it around. But then I didn't like it was loose in the middle, so that's why I put a glue dot there. So, anyway, got 2 cards made. I like them. I like them a lot. And one of them are Christmas colors, which is part of why I like them. Yeah, sometimes you get tired of red and green. So, I hope they like them. Because they, let me show you guys. You guys want to see how I package them up? I get an envelope. I'm almost out. Good thing I ordered some. And I get one of these plastic envelopes, whatever you call them. Oh, I have Noel stamped on that one. I don't want Noel on that. At least not in that color. I stamped that and realized the card that I made was too big. Okay. And then I'll use this. I take something that I've been using. Oops. And I stamp it. I'm stamping it in polished pink because that's what I've been using. Okay. And I take the card and oh, almost forgot. Get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. No, I don't want no trouble. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna tell? I guess if there's another Stampin' Up representative there, she'll say, oh, she doesn't have the stamp on the back. Anyway, I take this and I put the envelope so that it's showing in the back. And then I put them in the cellophane envelope. Make sure they're looking okay. You know, people shop with their eyes first. Okay. And then I put one of my business cards. And then I just stick that down inside. These can seal, but you know people are going to want to know what the inside of the card looks like, so they got to be able to open them. So that is a finished card. It's ready to go in the container. I have containers like this. This is not one I have my regular. This is the 5x7s and some other things that I have in here. But the problem that I have, well, it's not gonna work with this anyway because this is too tall. But even with the other ones, let me show you. Let me put this away. Okay, I've got these, right? Somebody tell me, am I doing something wrong? Because when I put the top on, it just sits up there. You know, it doesn't. Now they stack. You know, it's got a lip on it. They stack real good. But I'm not going to be stacking them. But if it wasn't for these cards, this top, there's no connection. There's nothing, you know, it doesn't slip inside or outside. If it wasn't for these cards holding it up, holding this top on, it would not stay on. So I guess it'll work for what I need to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then that one, the other one you saw, full of cards. So I think there was 51 in here. And I know that other one has at least that many. These are Christmas cards. And then I have the other one that I have. I like this. You guys seen that one, huh? Now this one I made last year. This one too. But I just put them in the envelopes. They weren't in these envelopes. So I checked them and everything is still sticking together. I put the stamp on the back. So, and I'm gonna have a t-shirt on that has my Kitten's Cozy Creations on it with a kitten on the front. And my sign that says Kitten's Cozy Creations, Stampin'Up, and I could take credit cards, I could take PayPal, I could take Zelle, I could take Cash App. think that's it. So, I think I'm ready. What do you think? Think I'm ready? I got at least 150 cards. Not counting the little treat boxes or the ornaments, if that works. All right, ladies, I know you're tired. Sounds like I'm ready, huh? I'm ready. All right. If you two say I'm ready, I'm ready. I know you're ready to go, so I will talk to you later. I will try to give you a report Wednesday night, but I don't know because it's going to be late because it's over at 8:30. So that's 9:30 on the East Coast, and I won't get home for an hour and a half between cleaning up my stuff and getting home. So I'll send you guys a report Thursday. Let you know how that went. If that goes good, then Sunday should go great. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And I shall talk to you Wednesday. Good night.